The air inside the cockpit felt heavy, charged. Captain Howard Jensen leaned forward in his seat, voice tight with irritation. "I've been flying for 20 years, but this is a first. I'm not taking this flight." Across from him, First Officer Neela James sat calm and composed, her phone pressed lightly to her ear. Her posture was steady, her eyes unwavering. "What's the problem, Captain?" she asked quietly. "The problem," he said with a forced chuckle, "is that I don't fly with beginners." His pause was lengthy, deliberate. Neela placed her phone down on the console, closed her logbook, and turned to face him fully. "Then you might want to reconsider, Captain," she said evenly. "Because this aircraft? It's mine." Silence. Only the low hum of the engine remained. "Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this." Neela James had chased the sky since childhood. Growing up in the suburbs of Atlanta, she'd spend evenings counting aircraft streaking through the twilight, whispering to herself, "One day I'll be up there." Her mother was a nurse, her father a mechanic, both firm believers in work that spoke louder than words. Her father often told her, "The sky doesn't care about color, Neela, only skill, but on the ground," people always did. She was the only black woman in her aviation class. Instructors questioned her aptitude and students doubted her endurance. Instead of arguing, she logged more hours, learned faster, and rose higher. Years later, Neela co-founded Skyloom Aerotech, a small but growing aerospace company. Today's flight wasn't just another trip, it was the official test run for their newest creation, the Aeron X7. What no one knew, except a handful of investors, was that Neela owned the majority of the company, and the man sitting across from her, Captain Howard Jensen, a veteran pilot known for his discipline and ego, had just refused to fly with her. She took a deep breath. She'd fought worse storms than this one, but few were as blatant or as personal. Inside the cockpit, professionalism felt like a thin disguise. Jensen flipped through the pre-flight checklist, speaking in clipped tones. "You trained at the Dallas Flight Academy, right?" "Yes," Neela said, checking the fuel mixture. He smirked. "That's the one with the diversity program, isn't it?" She didn't respond. Silence, she had learned, was a more powerful answer than anger. During takeoff, every moment felt like a test. Jensen rechecked every command she gave, double-verified her data, and hovered his hand near the throttle as though ready to save her from a mistake she hadn't made. "Be careful," he said as they climbed through the clouds. "This model's throttle is touchy. Not everyone has the hands for it." "I would hope so," she replied softly. "I designed it that way." He blinked, caught off guard. "You designed it?" "I led the engineering team," she said, eyes fixed ahead. "We wanted more precision during turbulence." As if on cue, the aircraft jolted slightly. Jensen's hand shot to the controls, but Neela's calm instructions steadied the craft before it even dipped. Her movements were fluid, deliberate, and professional. "Good recovery," he muttered. "Thank you, Captain." He turned to look at her, really look at her, for the first time. The realization was slow, creeping. This woman wasn't just qualified. She was exceptional, and his discomfort had nothing to do with her skill, only with his bias. At 30,000 feet, his silence said more than words ever could. The landing was perfect, smooth, steady, effortless. Jensen unbuckled, climbed down from the cockpit, and muttered to a mechanic, "Flight was fine. Maybe give it another systems check. She's still getting used to the craft." Moments later, Neela followed, removing her headset and walking toward the hangar supervisor. "Ensure the data from this flight goes directly to Skyloom's engineering department," she instructed. Jensen turned, frowning. "Wait, what did you say?" She smiled lightly. "Skyloom, the company that built this aircraft." "My company," he froze. "You own it?" She nodded, calm as ever. "I co-founded it. And I was the lead on the Aeron X7 project." His face drained of color. The mechanic looked away, trying not to laugh. Neela extended a hand. Thank you for your assistance on the test flight, Captain Jensen. You'll receive your report from my office, he stammered. I just didn't realize. That's the thing about bias, she said softly. It hides behind what people don't realize. Then she walked away, leaving him standing in the echo of his own prejudice. 2 weeks later, the story of that test flight quietly made its way through the aviation world. Some whispered admiration, others disbelief. But for the women in Skyloom's pilot training program, especially the young black recruits, it became legend. One evening, after a training session, a young cadet approached her. "Ma'am," she said shyly, "seeing you up there, it makes me believe I can be there too." Neela smiled gently. "There's not just room for you," she said. "There's sky." That night, alone in the hangar, she ran her hand along the polished nose of the Aeron X7. It gleamed under the overhead lights, her creation, her victory, her proof. She thought of Jensen, not with anger, but understanding. Hidden bias wasn't always loud or cruel. Sometimes it dressed itself as professionalism, experience, or just the way things are. It didn't need shouting to wound. It just required silence to survive. But every calm correction, every boundary held, every truth spoken without apology, that was how she fought it. The sky didn't see color, but it remembered courage. Have you ever felt unseen in a place you worked so hard to belong? Where are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments. Take care.